So, hello there, and we're here again. Yes, this joyful person that is in joy of being here. That's me. Well, let's get some wisdom out there. Of course, that isn't mine, that's God's. One of the things I've been thinking a lot about is how we transverse this time period. I mean, there's lots of things going on, not all of them good. And how do we, as individuals in humanity, walk through this? Well, ultimately, that would be God, and I will always say that that's God. But what can we do? Well, it's actually a visualization that I was taught when I was in Hungary that works very well. I was actually using it today as I was sitting praying and working with Father. And that is to visualize a moment where you would be at peace and you would be content. It could be sitting by an ocean, doesn't matter. Where you sit, what you do. Just find that place. For me, it's an oak tree, fishing pole, no hook. I don't need a fish. It just gives me something to concentrate on. And at that moment, of course, God comes along. Father in persona sits down beside me, starts talking. Sometimes that would be a grandfather in persona, different talk. But now I'm sitting in the same chaos. I'm sitting in everything that's happening just as it is. But now I'm also at the oak tree, sitting on the bank. My fishing pole's in the water. No hook, no fish. Don't need that. I'm just there to find the wisdom that God may give me, to find the peace that's unexplainable, that's for us all if we accept it, and to find that joy moment in the middle of the mess. I'll give you an example. I did that just before I started to work this night, and we use work. I actually like tasking better, but we'll use work because most people understand work. And before all of that happened, my dishwasher decided that it was going to be Niagara Falls, and my my cross that I like to have on and reminds me of how I am kept and protected and looked after, decided it would become many pieces. And then I came in here, and it was already nearly time for everything to happen. But I just took that 30 seconds, sat at that oak tree, leaned myself back, put my pole in the water. God came alongside. Chaos vanished. Give it a try. So, as we move forward, when this is going to change, um, things are moving. You're going to soon have an intro and an exit, or whatever they want to call it. I am not the technical nut on that. I'll leave that with someone else. But until then, you can still reach me at eric@starthealing.me. That's eric@starthealing.me. eric@starthealing.me. And if you reach out, you send me an email, I'll send you a link, and we'll talk. Maybe I'm part of your healing puzzle. Can't wait to find out. Now, this story has got quite interesting, hasn't it? I mean, at the moment, they're all having a nap. Probably a good thing. But soon, he'll be moving. It's coming to morning. And as you understand that, there's stuff on that truck that has to move shortly, stuff that will expire, but it's a freezer truck. And it's just going to be him and the 16-year-old. Yep, just him and his adopted shadow. And they're going to go on a trip, of course, and that's what they're going to do. And they start out and they find that beaver that isn't doing what a beaver does. But then they know they're at the first reserve, the first settlement, however you wish to call it. Joseph calls it a settlement because it's settled. God is present. God is acknowledged as the owner of that place. Driving through, he drops off whatever he requires to drop off. Now he's going somewhere else he hasn't gone before. At this point, the 16-year-old shadow is now curled up like a cat, slightly snoring, which he's laughing about. He's amazed and astounded, but not really. This one also has an 8-track player, of all things. Drops in his favorite hymns, starts driving. It's going to be a while, at least an hour, hour and a half anyway, two. You're not sure. Doesn't have a marker. He'll just find it when he gets there. And as he's driving along, of course, these things are going to occur for him because they do. He sees a glint out of his eye and he realizes that there is a elk that has somehow got itself tangled into something and it's reaching to him. He can feel it. It's connecting through God. It just wants the pain to end, so he stops and he helps it do so. The shadow is with him immediately, watches him, and says to him, "Can I learn?" And he goes, "Of course." And he starts to teach her and starts to show her the things that she requires or she feels she does. And she's pretty good at it. They get it all packaged up and into the freezer truck. That's not a problem. Frozen truck, whatever you want to call it. It's got some cold in there. And so he drives a little bit farther, and yeah, he's found it. Found the totem pole. It's an interesting one. But there's definitely a spirit over this place that isn't nice. That's where the truck stops. Engine dies. The freezer, well, it shuts down too. All of a sudden, the band leader, the chief, however you want to call him, he's right there. Hi. Oh, shit. I see you've ran into what we've run into. We can't get anything to work in here. Nothing. Radios, phones. You have to stand outside. See, that works. Off this line, nothing. Joseph looks at the totem and he goes, "There's a problem with the totem. You know that, right?" "What do you mean? Why is that there?" "What there?" Joseph walks over and touches the totem and says, "What has been hidden can be revealed." And the guy goes, "Oh my, no, that isn't supposed to be on my totem." That isn't right. "Well, then you won't mind me praying and the angel wandering it off wherever it goes." "Oh, please do." So he just looks at him and he goes, "So it's that simple. Just what is hidden can be revealed." And he said, "Yeah. What is concealed can be revealed." He said, "Doesn't matter." Joseph said, "Either words work. God knows what we're looking for, and there it is." Oh, the angel took it. That feels much better. Oof, it's a mess here. Yeah. The 16-year-old goes, "I'm staying in the truck. Is that okay?" "Yeah, that's fine." "Safe?" "Yeah, you're very safe." "Good. I'll come out later after you do your thing." Joseph looks at her and chuckles. "Don't worry, you can come with me if you want. You'll be safe either way." She peeks out and she goes, "No, I'll stay in the truck." The chief goes, "Well, I'll take you to where this all began, I think. We had a fellow come in and he said he was walking with God, but I don't know about that. But you can tell me, I think." Joseph said, "Well, if he's not, I'll know. God will let me know." As he walked towards the house, he goes, "No, he's not. He's an agent. He's here to destroy everything. Well, that's what he's been doing, but he's got people believing in him. Okay. So I guess it's time for an Elijah moment. Chief looks at him and goes, "What is that?" Well, Mount Carmel time. And he comes out and he goes, "You blasphemer, dot, 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 dot." Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. In the name of all things that are holy. Well, you're not, Joseph said. And he's calling for things and nothing is happening. And he's like confused. They always answer me. Ah, yeah, well, this is God's territory. No, it isn't. I've turned all of their hearts. Nobody else can hear me but you. Joseph says, I don't really care. God is here. Maybe if you cry out a little louder, you might get a response, but not likely. I mean, God sealed it off. If you were with God, then it would be fine, wouldn't it? But you aren't. So I'm going to give you a choice because it looks like you're all in. You can leave or you can change. Either up to you. Well, I've shown them miracles. I said, okay. And let's gather the people. And Joseph got the people to gather. And he felt like he was in a moment from Egypt. This guy took a stick and threw it on the ground. It became a snake. Wow. So last year, Joseph says, chuckling. He reaches over to the shadow beside him that is showing up and going, I'm here. Truck didn't feel too safe for me. I'm not sure if I'm safe here, but it feels good. God's here. Can I borrow that string you play with? Oh, yeah, sure. Takes the string, tosses it to the ground, and it becomes a bigger snake. And it eats that snake and turns back into a string. And his little shadow looks at it and he goes, safe? Yeah, fine. Just a string. She goes, yeah, about that. But she puts it in her pocket carefully. They're all standing there with their mouth on the ground. So he's not the real thing. No, he's not. And if you ask very nicely and of God, you can ask him, and he has to reveal his core, and his core is going to be pitch black because he's an agent. That's what he's doing here. It's ripping up your unity, messing up your community. Just like God said would happen if you allow these type of people in. That moment, he tries a couple of other stunts. No, those don't work either. At that point, he gets frustrated, goes around behind his thing and starts tutting off with his Cadillac. And Joseph looks at it and goes, you better hurry. That thing doesn't have much life in it. Especially since I'm just going to extend Mount Carmel over this whole settlement. He floored it. He was out of the range of that before it happened. Said, I will return with thousands. That's interesting, Joseph said. And he said, well, he said, this is going to take a bit of work by the looks of it. There's a lot of people got messed up and confused. And where's the pastor of the bunch? And the wife of the chief goes, well, that would be me. But boy, this is above my pay grade. I was taught by an organization and they did a good job, but boy, they didn't talk about this stuff. This is like next level. Yeah, yeah. Joseph says, don't worry, I'll teach you, you walk. Got a place for us to stay. I think I'm here for the night. Got to have a place for me and my shadow. And she said, yeah. She said, we have a house over there. You two can stay there the night. Let's leave it there. We are in requirement of a blessing, aren't we? A big one by the looks of it, considering the story. Let's see. Let's leave it this way. The blessing of the ultimate light, which we will capitalize by going capital L, capital I, capital G, capital H, capital T, because that is Father, is the Father of all light. No matter where it came from, that light shines and the darkness is dispensed. Joy enters, peace comes, unexplainable. Provision opens, protection occurs, and wisdom flows to understand. Intention, invention, insight, and all the other master plans are released. Whatever that brush wishes to paint for you in God's hands, according to His will, according to His wish, according to your will and wish, this can be. Let's have a word of prayer. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and we bring this whole to you. You have a reason for telling every story. This story has meaning to some that are listening. There is always freedom, and freedom is really release. And when you know the truth releases you. The truth always comes through our mighty, amazing Savior, King, Lord, Master. Some called him Yeshua on earth. Some call him Jesus. Some call him Christ. Some call him Jesus Christ. If you're aiming for the one that died on the cross, rose in 3 days, left us the Holy Spirit, then that's what you will connect to. We ask for all darkness to be pushed back, and if this is your first or if this is your 100th time, it doesn't matter. If it's your first time, may you find the Roman road. If it's your 100th time, may God take you deeper. May you know that God is with you, and even in the middle of the storm and the chaos, there can be peace. Now let that peace roll over you even now. Let that joy roll into you. Let you know that you are loved, looked after, and supported by a God that never gives up. Give us courage and strength, grace and mercy as we go. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow. Father, Spirit, Son. When you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well, and know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.